want to show you something. And stop. And look to your right.
Over here?
That way. Look what I did.
You cleaned it.
I hit a tree.
Wait. What? He hit a tree. He hit a tree.
Yeah, I was being very bad and not paying attention and hit a tree over there.
Oh, hi, dear. How did you hit a tree?
Because I was looking, see those deer that just ran by?
Yeah.
I was looking at the deer. And you guys are gonna do this when you're 16, and I'm gonna be so mad at you. Maybe not 16, maybe like 18. That's when I'll allow you to drive.
Don't you love it when the good guys win?
So now we gotta get this fixed. Who's gonna pay for this?
Not me. It's your truck.
Well,
And you did it.
okay. Let's let the chickens out.
Okay.
Hey, girls.
Oh my gosh, they always start coming out of here when they try to find.
They're just excited. Excited to start the day.
Oh my god!
They're just all excited. We're missing,
Mama!
we're missing
We'll
one.
just go in there and fly down.
We're missing one. Who's still in there?
Chicken nugget. Yep, chicken nugget's still in there.
Well, let's go ahead and get her out.
No eggs today.
I took 3 last night. Y'all, G is gonna be so excited. We just got our hungry bin, our worm farm, so he can turn food into compost.
Granger tends to buy a lot of things and then leave them for me to handle while he's on the road. Dogs, chickens. Now I have a worm farm, so I'm gonna have to keep that going. Hopefully it's pretty self-sustainable, but he's gonna be so excited that it's here.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Smiths. I'm home today. I want to show you something. I've got my studio space ready to put together. I've got it painted. I always like to paint my studios red because red is creative, and I like to paint my bedrooms blue because that means sleep. Bedroom is not blue, but now my studio is red. So I've got that done. I'm gonna show you this space. No one has seen this yet. Hopefully you're gonna make a lot of really good music in here. And the next song that you hear will be from here, most likely. So me and Lincoln are gonna put this thing together. All right, red walls. So here's Daddy's new music space studio. I've got my stuff in here in the center, and I'm gonna put my my pictures. I've got them in this closet in here, and so this will be my little space in here where I could have an isolation booth. My guitar. Show them your guitar, Link. Right there. That's a 2000. You know what that is?
What?
2014 American Telecaster.
Whoa.
That is your year model. That's when you were born. So that guitar is yours when you get old enough to handle it. Then I'm gonna hang these pictures that I've got. Hang them on the wall.
And this.
Look at this. That's my first show poster that I can remember, at least. There's probably more behind before that.
This.
Yeah, that's extra storage behind soundproof curtaining. Hey, you want to help me put these pictures up on the wall, buddy?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, here we are. I've got it kind of the way I like it. I've had this, my roommate in college gave me that, so I've had that in every studio that I've built, and they've all been red. Of course, my favorite quote, Amber made me that sign. My dad found that on a tombstone. That's how we first found that in the family, and ended up being very special. This is the original Earl Dibbles Jr. guitar in the Country Boy song. It's the only one. These are All these things are etched in here by my brothers and I. And every other one you see on the stage from me is a replica of that. So we got Happens Like That single with, this is the studio chart that we actually played to in the studio. My very first album, 1999, Waiting On Forever, so that's special to me. The album that kind of started everything for me, Dirt Road Driveway, that was regional. These numbers right here, these numbers are Texas, not national, but still very, very important to me. The album that got me really nationwide. Backroad Song, my first #1 song nationally. That's always special. So that's, I'm telling you why I picked these signs. My very first time play the Grand Ole Opry, that's the poster. I showed you that one, my first show poster that I know of. I like this one because it's just really cool, and same with that one. And then that one is my first nationwide tour. That was in 2013. And right here, let's see. So we were in St. Louis, in Carbondale, in Springfield, Illinois, and on that day, I burst a blood vessel in my vocal cords from wrestling with my sound guy, believe it or not, and it caused me to cancel all of these and reschedule. So that's my first nationwide tour, canceled and rescheduled because I was stupid. That's really the only reason. And then right here, this is my new single that's coming out in October, and we haven't revealed the cover, but that's the cover. It's very special to me, and so it's going to have a special place on this wall. But I can't put it up. It's in there. It's right there. I have it sitting right there, but I can't. After I turn off the camera, I'll hang it. I can't show you guys because it's not revealed yet. It's very special. So that's the studio. What do you think? My country view. This is awesome. Really cool view. Very inspirational. And out here, this is where I'm going to build my garden. See, I'm already kind of started with my wheelbarrow. I'm going to build my garden out here, and I'm going to tell you guys about that right now. Hey guys, it's here. It's here. What I was telling you about. Come check it out.
What? They're here?
Yeah.
What? What's this hungry bin?
Okay, I kind of fibbed a little bit. I didn't totally fib, but so I told you we're getting a worm farm.
And this is it?
This is it. But technically it's not the worms yet. Because I wanted to have this and get it ready and get it set up, and then we get the worms.
But are we getting the worms today?
Well, maybe not today, because we got to get this set up. The first step to a really good garden is worms. And there's a lot of ways to do worm farms. And
What the heck?
I always have to look for a way, because I travel so much, I have to look for a way to make it easy on Amber, because I don't want to just add things to her project. So I got the simplest worm farm you could possibly buy. It's also kind of expensive, but
Where's the dirt?
it's created by this Australian inventor who made, what's it called? It's called Hungry Bin. I've never used it before. I'll walk you through it. I'll show you if I like it or not. But there's a dude right here. But it's supposed to be really awesome and really, really, really trouble-free. Literally, all you have to do is put your kitchen scraps in the top. The worms are in the middle. They come up to eat the food. The bottom provides worm tea, worm juice. And then we're gonna get a brick of worm castings, hopefully like once every couple months. And that's for the garden. Plus it gets rid of a lot of kitchen scraps. I have a compost, but this is gonna be way more effective than a normal compost. So, you guys wanna put together?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Hey, you ready?
For what?
They're worm farm.
Yeah, where's the carrots? Did you use them all for your shakes?
No, but that's what the worms are gonna be eating soon. Okay, so this is my current composting situation here. So that's like eggshells and bananas. And so here, it's a worm farm, bro.
Daddy, what is this?
That's for the worm juice.
Ew. Oh, so what does this come from?
So watch, right here, look this little latch here. So that's gonna be, and this is gonna be where I get my
Can I hold some?
my special worm castings, and we put that right in the garden.
But how will they get worm juice?
When do we need the worm?
And the worm juice is gonna drip.
But how will...
And so I can get the worms now. I just wanted to wait till we had this before I ordered worms.
Oh, I thought they were shipped here. Do you have to go buy them somewhere?
So this is where they live.
No!
Wait. But wait. How
Hold
is
this.
Okay.
Let me put the bottom back on.
But isn't
Do
there
that.
another piece?
How do you do that?
That's it.
How do you do that?
So when you pull that thing out, it doesn't fall all of it doesn't
No.
fall
Where do the
out?
worms go?
That's what's amazing.
Where do the worms go?
In the top. They go in
And how do
there.
we get the worm juice because it's down there?
Okay, so this is gonna all be built up with dirt.
Yeah.
And then their worms will be in here, and then we'll put our food scraps here.
Yeah.
And the worms will always come up to find food.
Right.
And the lid will be closed because they like dark. So they'll come up, and as they come up, the castings go down, down, down into this,
Right.
and then we'll open that up. But because of the taper, see? Then when you open that bottom, nothing falls out. It's all compacted.
All right, we're gonna update because I feel like the whole bottom's gonna fall out of that thing.
You would think, but I watched YouTube, and it doesn't.
Okay, well then it has to be true.
It stays.
Saw it on the internet.
It stays compacted, and so, but because of the pressure of the way this is built, this is a really cool invention.
I know
Wait,
it's
are
awesome.
the worms going to be down there?
The worms will be up here. The worms will be
They're
in
gonna live-
most of it.
They're gonna
Will
eat
be
all
worms.
of our food and our shells and stuff.
But what's going to be down there?
It's going to be dirt and worms is the whole thing.
So it's going to be dirt, worms, dirt?
The worms will be in the whole thing, except for the very bottom, which is what we'll get for the garden out there.
It'll be dirt and worms, worms, dirt and worms.
Let's let a few weeks go by. Whenever our worms come in, we'll update.
Yes.
Because now we have to build our compost so the worms we can't just put them in plastic. We got to build them a little home.
So do we start them with any soil to start?
Well, I'm
Or is it
gonna
all food?
No, why do you always pinch me in the bottom?
we're gonna dive in all this, but we have how to start your hungry bin. That's probably a really good way to start this whole thing. All right, I wanted to show you guys something that I've talked about it before, my challenge coin collection, which I think is a pretty extensive collection because I've traveled the world. I've been to Iraq 3 times is when I got a lot of challenge coins in Iraq. Hold on guys, I want to reveal it.
No.
And so, and then I've gotten a lot from people in meet and greets, not China. These are typically American soldiers or law enforcement, fire departments, political people. I've gotten a lot. So Lincoln, let's check it out. There's a lot of them. Go ahead and let's dump them. It's a lot.
I like this one.
You could find the ones you like and then read them to me.
X. I found X.
That's cool. What do you think the highest ranking? How did that end up in there?
Santa. I like a fidget spinner. I like a fidget spinner.
Oh, that's. Oh, I don't know what that is.
That's from China.
No. Well, maybe all these are made in China, but they're all from Americans.
Made in China.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this one.
Let me see what that one is, buddy. That one is Land of the Free, Home of the Brave, the United States of America, supporting our fighting men and women. I don't know what that is.
I like it. I found that one. I like it.
This is Delta Cats.
Delta Cat. How
The
is Santa?
850th Transportation Company.
What?
The Raging Rhinos.
What?
Yeah, that's from Iraq, I think. I think I've gotten so many that I figured if I laid them out, they would go on this whole table, but it's not quite as many as I thought.
Okay, but what if I can find this again? I found this.
Ooh, that's a scorpion.
Wait, it is.
That is the it's scorpion on the back.
Oh.
Let me see what that is. Can you read these to me?
What?
Can you read these? This is the
Oh gosh.
Source One Distributors, committed to the mission. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, DHS.
Have to.
You don't scratch them though.
Have to.
I don't want you. You can't have any of them.
The White House in Washington.
You could have them when I die.
I found the White House in Washington. Okay, I'm just having two. I'm having two.
White House.
I have two.
What's that one, buddy? Let's see. Sundowners. Defenders of the Conch Republic. This is a POW.
Have
Coin.
this. Could still have this, but we have to put
That's
it
pretty
back
cool.
in the same spot.
Do you have any challenge coins? Do you collect challenge coins? Does anyone have a bigger collection than this? I don't know. I'm assuming someone has a huge collection, way bigger than this. Which one is y'all's favorite? Lincoln, you like the axe. Old Ironsides. I remember that one. That was from Iraq, 2009. That's a really cool one.
I like these two.
Yeah, you keep going to the axe. You love the axe. Let's put them back in the cigar box and we'll keep the collection going.
In the morning, I'm gonna place it like a fidget spinner.
Maybe a soldier or a police officer or a firefighter will give you one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so welcome back to the Smiths. We are gonna do our questions.
Question time.
So I polled you guys on my Instagram to see what kind of questions you guys had. I just kind of randomly picked a bunch, so we'll just go through. The number one question.
Wait, hang on. Where did
What?
you get these questions?
My Instagram.
In your Instagram. Okay.
Yeah. Is that okay?
It's because people are going to comment on this channel, on this video, and ask their own questions.
Yeah.
So maybe if you do that, we'll go back on another video and reference this video and then answer these questions. If you have a question.
Okay.
Or if we don't answer it to your liking.
So the number one question that we got across the board was, are we going to have more children?
It's none of y'all's business.
You want to take it or me?
You talk. I don't know.
I mean, you want me to get personal? Okay, so technically I can't have any more children. So after River, I got all tied up. But we have talked about adoption, and we've also talked about having another biological child someday, but that would take a lot. That would take a surgery, that would take, trying to get pregnant. I'm also gonna be 40 in a couple years, so, and then also yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Plus, I just feel like, for me personally, I don't think that I could after River. He was our caboose, and I think I just wouldn't feel right to me. I don't know, a lot of people do that after loss, so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, next question.
All right, how do we keep our marriage strong through this?
Well, regardless of this or not this, it's trust. You have to trust each other and believe in each other.
Yeah.
A lot of people could love each other and not trust each other or not believe in each other. So I don't think love has everything to do with it.
No.
Love is like what starts everything, and then the love grows, but we trust each other.
We trust each other, and it's a commitment, that we've made to each other, and I think we've gotten a lot closer. Sometimes things like this can tear families apart, or they can bring you even closer. And I think for us, thankfully, we've become closer than ever.
And a lot of people that I've talked to a lot of parents that have lost children lately, especially at meet and greets, and she's talked to a lot. And one of the things that tears families apart is the couples blaming each other for whatever reason. And
or blaming that one person is handling it a different, they're not grieving the same.
Yeah.
And you just have to grieve in your own individual way. You can't get mad at your partner that they're not sad or that they're happy, and everybody is gonna handle it their own way.
yeah. So you gotta trust each other. You gotta believe in each other. On top of you gotta love each other. And we'll continue to update you on that subject because,
We're gonna go through it.
it's multi-layered
Yeah.
for sure. But we're doing good. We're doing really good.
And we're gonna go away to kind of like a retreat
Yeah.
together and do like
A counseling
couple
retreat.
building counseling and get in the nitty gritty of stuff, I think. So that'll be a cool, crazy building experience for us.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go to a lighthearted question.
Yeah.
What does donut hole mean?
Donut hole. You've heard our kids say donut hole. Several years ago, we needed a trust phrase for the kids. Speaking of trust, so there's a lot of sarcasm and kids fib and adults will be sarcastic back. But we needed like a safe phrase that says, "I'm serious. I am not joking." So Amber created donut hole, and I created mine as buffalo jerky. So I don't know if they say buffalo jerky as much on the Smiths, but that's what they
No.
say to me. I'll say buffalo jerky, and they'll be like, "Daddy, there was a deer out there, buffalo jerky."
That's how we know that they're not lying. And so far, they've kept that.
They hold to it,
It's
yeah.
kind of like if you ever watch the Kardashians, they used to say Bible. We just say donut hole and buffalo jerky.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you have to reference the Kardashians for this?
Because some people might associate it with that.
Well, I didn't even know that.
Like, oh, I know you didn't. You don't watch the Kardashians.
So, and it's also as they get older and they're at a friend's house and they could be on the phone with me and say, "Hey, Dad, buffalo jerky. I think I need to go."
Yeah.
And I'll be there in a heartbeat.
Do we work out together?
We just started,
We started
actually.
actually. I didn't have time to work out before. I know that's an excuse because I could get up at 4 in the morning, but I didn't. And now, I have a little bit of extra time on my hands while the kids are at school, and I'm trying to be healthy mentally, physically, spiritually for my family and my kids. So he suggested I get a trainer. So he's got a trainer kicking my butt every day. But it's good. It's really good.
And it's about the same time I'm working out in the same gym.
Yeah.
That's when I'm home, and when I go on tour, obviously not. But
Yeah. But yeah, we do. It's fun.
yeah.
Okay. When is your next song coming out?
Can I say that?
Maybe it's just say sometime soon.
It's coming out in October, around the third week.
Okay, I guess we can't give too many details.
Third week of October.
Do you like your wife's new hair?
Yeah, it's awesome. You can't do anything bad.
He would tell me he liked it even if he didn't, because he loves me,
No,
and I trust him.
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. I would probably tell you if I didn't like it.
Good, because
But I just don't think you can mess up your hair any color.
oh, you're so sweet. Okay, what is the best gift your partner has given you? I know mine.
Besides babies.
Yeah, besides babies. Obvious.
Um,
He's hard to buy for, because he goes out and buys everything himself.
there's a cardinal right there. 2 cardinals.
River's with us.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure.
I know
I'm sure
mine.
there's some.
Mine
what?
was on our, God, there's 3 cardinals right now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, sorry. On the eve of our wedding night, he gave me a journal that he had been writing
Oh yeah.
to his future wife. Who does that except a songwriter? And that was, it's not even like that full, but I think just to read that before we got married and know that he was thinking of me and praying for me or whoever his future wife was going to be, I think that's the most precious gift I've ever seen. So if you're single, boys, start writing a journal to your future wife, because that will be an amazing gift.
Can you give me a clue on my favorite?
Probably nothing. You buy all your own
No,
stuff.
there's something. I just can't think of it right now off the top of my head.
I got you those cool binoculars you really liked that one
Oh,
time.
love those Steiner binoculars. I still use
any
them.
sort of hunting gear.
Every
or
morning, you don't know, but every
techie
morning
stuff.
before I go to the gym, I sit in my truck and look out with those binoculars at deer.
Okay, there we go.
But that's not the best. I just can't think of it right now.
I know. We're not big gift people, actually, really.
I try to get rid of stuff, not collect stuff.
Minimalism. Want to go through any of the rest of these? Do we talk constantly on the road or just before bed?
we don't talk
We
constantly.
don't talk hardly at all.
The rest of my crew, like Chris talks to his wife every time the situation changes. Like, all right, babe, I'm gonna head to meet and greet. I'll call you when we get there. Hey, I'm gonna head to the. Every time the situation changes, I mean, I love them too, Chris and Allison, but there's several guys on my crew that do the same thing.
I feel bad because sometimes he'll call me and he didn't even get to talk
She
to me
doesn't
before
even
he goes
answer
on
the
stage.
phone. She doesn't answer the phone.
So we text a lot.
We text a lot. We always have.
Yeah, and we'll FaceTime with the kids and stuff, but we're not that couple that talks every 5 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have scorpions at your new place?
Yeah.
Not as much though, we have more tarantulas.
I've never seen this many tarantulas in my life.
Yeah.
There's so many tarantulas.
But hopefully they're eating the scorpions.
And this place has more critters altogether. We have raccoons getting in our trash.
Mm-hmm.
We have an armadillo that lives in our front yard right now.
There's a big black cat too.
If you guys are from the Southwest, you know armadillos. But I've discovered that a lot of people don't know armadillos or they've never seen one. They are weird creatures. And they're really dumb and their senses are really bad. So the other night, I got home late at night and I was walking through the driveway and I almost walked into him. I almost kicked him because he was just going boom through the driveway. And I was like, what the? I just heard his toenails. So I pulled out my phone flashlight and it was that armadillo. That's the first time I'd seen him. And then Lincoln and I went hunting for him the other day and couldn't find him. But if I could ever get a chance, they're nocturnal. So if I could ever film them for you guys, they're hilarious creatures, armadillo. And scorpions, we've seen several, but they've been
Not near
dead.
as much as our old house though. Like there were.
Oh, I saw a big one out there in the septic container.
Oh yeah. As long as they're not.
Big one. And several tarantulas. And I don't mind tarantulas. I kind of like
I
them.
don't either.
I kind of like them.
Yeah, they don't bother me. All right, let's see. Where do you want to go next? That one? That one?
No, we haven't talked to River's donor
We haven't-
recipients.
No, they keep that stuff pretty private. When you are a donor, you only get the sex and the age of the recipient. We can both choose to write letters in anonymously. We can't give any details like about our names or anything. And then if both donor and recipient send their letters in saying they want to meet, then they'll release our info to each other. But if only one wants to meet and the other one doesn't, that's kept private. So I pray for them every night though.
What about this one?
Which one? Do the kids have hard days where they miss River? So Lincoln was talking about River all the way to school today.
He was, what did he say?
He said, remember when me and River used to fight and he used to go, oh, and like push him? So they talk about him all the time. Lincoln doesn't really get too sad. I think, he's 5 and the counselor says that's just how he processes it. London, I think it comes out in anger sometimes. And then she takes it out a little bit on Lincoln, I think. She doesn't realize she's doing that, but they have days where they miss him, but they talk about him in a happy way.
River was just such a, for those of you that with kids, you understand that when you complete your family, like we thought we did with 3, it's just kind of the perfect balance of personalities. They're all 3 very different personalities. And so when you take one of those personalities out of the group, it makes the dynamic very different in the house. And so, not necessarily always in a bad way, but River was typically the mediator between their bickering between each other.
He was so funny.
He was the comedian to make everybody laugh if anyone was stressful. And if we would have lost any of the 3, it would have been just as devastating. Yeah. But River was the comedic relief, and so that's kind of extra hard, not having that little guy to make you smile.
Yeah. And they both never really fought with River. They've always fought with each other, London and Lincoln, but they never really fought with River.
Yeah.
So.
But they're doing really good.
Yeah.
I mean, to answer, do the kids have hard days where they miss River? I have not seen a single hard day where they struggle all day.
No.
I've seen her many times, but not the kids. Not, at least they haven't admitted it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. There's the 2 cardinals. God, they're so pretty. Okay. Have you thought about writing a book?
I did write an Earl Dibbles book, If Your City, If Your Country.
I think I'm going to write a book. I don't even think I talked to you about this.
No.
I really have been looking for a children's book on loss or sibling loss or something, and we've been given lots of books, and I'm so grateful for that, but I just don't know that they've spoken to me quite as, and maybe it's just because it's not personal to me. I know those books are so personal to those people, but I don't know. I've always kind of wanted to write a children's book before this loss, and now I kind of want to write one about loss and for kids, and I don't know. So that may be something I might work on.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then he should just write a book about his life, his whole life.
I've always wanted to, but I need to be an old man before I can put that out. I have more stories to make.
I guess you want to end with that one?
Sometimes I hear airplanes, and whenever I come home from tour, several times I fly over the house.
Yeah.
I can tell, and so I always hear airplanes and think about where they're going.
Airplane guys.
Yeah, if you have more questions, there's a couple more on here, like favorite breakfast food. And
Pancakes.
I'd probably go with that too. No, I just love breakfast. I love breakfast.
Food.
I could say huevos rancheros. I love breakfast tacos. Of course, I love pancakes. Like a really, really good cinnamon roll is hard to beat. We know this Amish family, and they made us those cinnamon rolls the other day. They made a doghouse for us. The doghouse is incredible. I should show you one day. But they made the cinnamon rolls that like blew my mind.
They're amazing.
I mean, bacon and eggs, can't ever skip that. Like me and my dad, we used to love to go and get breakfast, get bacon, fried eggs, and coffee, and toast. And I mean, you just can't beat that. In Europe, we learned that you could have French bread sliced up with butter and honey, and that's enough for breakfast. Speaking of honey, we're gonna harvest pretty soon. We're gonna harvest the Yee honey outside here.
We want to sell it, but I think you need like a food license.
We're looking into that.
So yeah, we're looking into that.
We'll give a lot away too.
Yeah.
But there's a couple more, but if you have some, just comment on this video. Then in a few weeks, we'll go back and reference this video and look at the comments, and then we'll write them out.
We're gonna do one for the kids too. I got a lot of cute questions for the kids, so we'll have Lennon and Lincoln answer y'all's questions too.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching the Smiths. We'll see you next time. Bye.
When the good guys win.